Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the very late Penguins Collective podcast. We are live. The Penguins beat the LA Kings 4-2 in a very surprising game. I think after that first period, the Penguins looked terrible. Penguins looked bad. Even the commentators were saying how bad the Pittsburgh Penguins were. And the Penguins just proved everyone that they were the bad team. Somebody said something in the intermission, whether it was Dan Muse or the leadership of the hockey team, and they came out guns a blazing. They came out guns a blazing. We're going to talk about it very shortly, but just want to say that this episode is brought to you by Rogue Energy. Make sure you go to rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective and use promo code TPC10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Once again, that is rogueenergy.com/Pens Collective. Use promo code TPC10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Guys, it was a good one. Can't wait to dive into it. We'll talk about it right after the intro. Guys, welcome to TPC.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fade, the shot. He scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle. Gets all back. Scores!
We're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Ninamaki's brains in. What a show!
Yeah, it's not FanDuel. That's for sure. We're not doing any kind of FanDuel. Unless FanDuel wants to subscribe and pay us, and that'd be fantastic. But as of right now, it is Rogue Energy. Make sure you go to Rogue Energy. Also, Third Assist. We've been partnering up. We've never not been a partner of Third Assist, but gotta show some Third Assist love as well. Go to thirdassist.com if you like vintage looking gear that's made now. It's incredible. If you have a hockey fan in your life that you want to give a nice little gift, make sure you go to thirdassist.com. Okay, that's the last bit of ads. Yeah, what a surprising game by the Penguins. The game they should have won against the Ducks, they lost. And then here they are with the Kings, and all of a sudden the Penguins are good. Like all of a sudden after the first period, which they looked downright terrible. I think that is absolutely okay to say. The Penguins looked bad. They weren't a good hockey team whatsoever. They couldn't get anything going. And then after this first period, the Penguins starting to look like a hockey team. They started making passes and started scoring. At the end of two, they tie it up 2-2. And then in the third, they get a shorthanded goal while Sidney Crosby was in the box for the second time of the night. And Philip Hollander gets his first career goal, shorthanded goal. Very nice. Nice, persistent goal scoring. And then Sidney Crosby gets an empty netter, which I'm happy to see him get some points and happy to just see the Penguins win. 4 unanswered goals for the Pens. Very surprising. I think we all can agree that it was a tough watch. The first period, even a little bit at the start of the second. Tough watch. The Kings were faster. The Kings were still faster at the end of the night. They just couldn't capitalize. I think Arturs Shilovs played a pretty good game in the second half. I think he kind of made up for a lot of his mistakes in the first period, and that's okay. That's okay. 2-0, 2-2, 4-2. So 4 unanswered goals for the Pens. How did you guys like it? NES, Ethan in the chat in YouTube. How did you guys like the game? Was there one thing that stood out to you? Put your comments right now and we can talk about it. But there wasn't really anyone worthy of talking. Um, Dewar scored, which is nice to see. So maybe Dewar gets some highlights. You got Evgeny Malkin who scored. Evgeny Malkin, Dewar, Hollander, Crosby. It's a good game, good passing game. I think everyone was going good. It was who was it's late, so forgive me. It's late. It's 12:38. It was someone's 100th game. And what's his name? He's been scoring for us. Brageau, Justin Brageau, 100 games from Brageau. That's really nice to see. But yeah, Ethan says, I feel like the team bounced back nicely after the first period. I agree. I think that was really good. Kind of the theme of tonight was just really bad hockey in the first, and then the Penguins decided to play really well rest of the game. So kudos for the team. Good job responding. Was it a coaching thing? Was it a team thing? Who knows? We'll probably never find out. But it's good to see that the Penguins could bounce back after a very rough period of hockey. So maybe that will come into play in the latter part of the season. But I will say, during the first period, I figured this was the team that we all expected it to be. The team that was just bad. The team that didn't look like it was going to make the playoffs again. This looked like the team. We were very bad in every aspect, but then all of a sudden we turned around. So good on that, but who knows what's going to happen. NES says, I only got to see the last period. Not much of that. But I was happy to see Gino scored and Sid keeps racking up the points. Yes, I agree. I'm very happy that Gino scored. Very happy that Sid scored. Sid's getting points. That's all that I care about this season. Literally, that's all I care about this season. If he gets 82 points, I believe he passes Mario Lemieux as the all-time points leader in the Pittsburgh Penguins, and as he elevates the all-time point list. So that's all I care about. All I care about right now. I don't even care about the Penguins making the playoffs. I don't care about the Penguins trying to get McKenna. All I care about is Sidney Crosby getting points. That's all. That's my main priority as a fan right now. So it is good to see them racking up the points. Ethan says, I feel like Witherspoon had a better game than he did against the Ducks. I think Witherspoon played great tonight. A lot of hard hitting, especially after the first period. He had a little wake-up call. Like to see that. I also like to see a lot of... Lizotte was kind of... Was Lizotte even playing? Once again, forgive me. Forgive me. And then Shilov's had a better game as well. Brunick was back into the game, which is great. He was kind of non-existent there a little bit. But, yeah, I think everyone kind of came back after that first period. I think everyone had a solid game, and that's good. That's all I really care about. But, yeah, it's nothing crazy. The Pens played well. We got the 4 unanswered goals. We think we played well. Yeah. Did anything stand out? If you had to assume one thing stood out for the Pens? Ethan says, unfortunately, Brunick was invisible to me. Said it for me. Oh, I said it for you. Yeah, I didn't see Brunick at all. He did not really wasn't standing out whatsoever. I didn't see him take any offensive pushes at all from the blue line. He kind of played a little bit reserved, which is fine by me, but I need to see a little more from him, right? Because then what's the point of having him play in Pittsburgh this season if he's not going to be non-existent, or if we're just going to suck all season? Rather him get a lot of reps and juniors come back the next year when we're ready to go. And Ethan also says only 4 minutes in the box for the Penguins. That is true. Both Sidney Crosby, one for hooking, one for tripping. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. NES says, I do not care about McKenna, although I'm sure we won't get him. Here's the thing. We never know. We won't know. The Penguins could do everything in their power to get him, and then they don't. And they could do everything in their power not to get him, and they could still land with him. Who knows? Look at who got the first overall pick this year. It was the Islanders, right? So they were what, 9th? They were projected 9th, but somehow won the number 1 overall pick. No one expected that. They got Schaefer. That's fine. But wow, what a completely they were in the same position we were last year, and they got the first overall pick, which is wild. So that's good to know. Good to know. Ethan says, here's the thing. The Sharks are going to be a test. If we lose, we are bad. If we win, we might be good. I don't know, because we just beat the Kings, and the Kings are a really good hockey team. We saw it firsthand tonight. They just didn't have all their guys healthy. We played against their backup, and we won. I think we surprised them. And that's okay, too. That's okay to say we surprised them. It's okay to say that we may be a good hockey team, but we lost against the Ducks. That should tell us everything we need to know. I think we surprised the Ducks by winning tonight. And even if we lose against the Sharks, even if we win against the Sharks, I feel like the Sharks is one of those games where it's like, okay, it doesn't really matter if we win or lose. Just because, once again, it's a long season. We're going to have a lot of ups and downs. This is going to be another one of those seasons. Hopefully we're a little more consistent down the stretch. But, guys, it's game 4. Or game 5. It's okay. We have a long way to go. I don't think the Penguins are in any rush to make changes anyway, if that makes sense. I think we're going to be a 500 team all season. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, nothing bad. I think it's like nothing that's going to scream out to everyone and say like, oh, watch out for the Penguins. I don't think that's our year. I don't know. Ethan, I think the Ducks are a better team than people think. Sure, but they're not better than the Kings. The Kings are way better, levels above than the Ducks and the Sharks. So I would say the Sharks are 3rd, Ducks, Kings. And we beat the Kings. And we lost to the Ducks. So do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a real good test, because the Kings were the best team out of this road trip. The Kings are the best, and we just beat them. And it's not like we barely beat them; we beat them. The Ducks, they beat us in a close game, and now the Sharks. I think if we beat the Sharks, it's a pretty successful road trip. If we lose against the Sharks, we may be just tired from this road trip. Who knows? But it's going to be a tough one. Tough game on Saturday. Let's take a look. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. We're at Sharks 10 o'clock on Saturday. So, it's another thing. If we can, but Metro teams, that's a different story, because that is true. We're lucky if we come number 5 in the Metro. You know, number 4 in the Metro. The Metropolitan has the Hurricanes, the Devils, the Capitals, the Rangers, the Penguins, the Flyers, the Blue Jackets, and the Islanders. We're lucky to come in 5, which is where we're currently at. I think we may be 6, 7. We may be 6, 7 in the Metropolitan. I think the Hurricanes are going to win it. I think the Devils and Capitals are going to be really competitive. I think the Flyers are going to be better than the Penguins this year, as well as the Rangers. I would just say it's between the Blue Jackets and the Islanders who's going to beat the Penguins. Ethan says currently 2-1 versus the Metropolitan. Yeah, I agree. But that one was a Rangers game, and that they destroyed us. So it's not like it was a big thing. But we have a game on Saturday, 10 p.m. against the San Jose Sharks. Guys, it's 12:48. As you can tell, I'm very exhausted, but we are committed to continue to go live after every single Penguins game. We're going to do it on Saturday as well. If you missed it, we had an awesome time on Thursday where we were live in our Discord during the whole entire game. I streamed beforehand. It was a 6-hour stream. I'm still recovering from that. So, with that being said, it's late. The Penguins win, and we're excited about that. I'm excited that the Penguins won. I didn't expect it, so it's a nice little surprise. Sharks are going to be I would just say an eye-opening game. I wouldn't say it's a test. I wouldn't say it's a massive game for us. Super early in the season, not a big thing, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Little housekeeping. We have an episode coming out today in 5 hours. So 5 hours from now, our newest episode will drop. We broke down the new alternate jersey from the Penguins. We gave our 2 cents on it. And yeah, it was, I think it was a good episode. It was basically me rambling on about jerseys, which, if you like that, that's what's coming out tomorrow. And then obviously Tuesday and Friday is our schedule. So stay tuned for our Tuesday episode, but we'll be going live after the Sharks game. So we have plenty of content for this upcoming hockey season. On our TikTok, we are flooding it with video gameplay because we get to go live after 50% of our profile on TikTok is gaming. So we are going to be spamming that account. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you like the videos, you engage with the videos, even if it's a 20-second clip of me playing nonsense video games, and I say something stupid, just like the video, do what you need to do. We're trying to get our numbers up with the video gaming stuff on TikTok, so that way we're allowed to go live after every single Penguins game. I think TikTok is the key for this podcast going live. Yes, we go live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and X, but when you introduce TikTok, it's a whole nother ball game. So it's going to be crazy for us. So we need to get through this little obstacle to get to that point, but we're willing to do what it needs to take, right? Just like the Pittsburgh Penguins. After the first period, we do what it needs to be done, so that way we can win the game. And the Penguins did that, and we're going to do that, so that way we can reach the masses. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a very short live, but it's a long day. It's Friday now. Enjoy your Friday. We will see you Saturday after the game. And as always, let's go Pens.
It's